Is this thing on? If you like books and hooks, you have come to the right place. Hello my darlings, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Andres and my channel is all about books and crochet. Today's video is really going to be mainly about my crochet journey. I want to talk about how I really got into it, what kind of piqued my interest for me to start actually crocheting. As you can tell behind me, there's a lot of projects that I want to show you guys, so let's get right into the video. So how I started actually getting an interest into crochet was back in last year was 2024. So the year before that, 2023. So I started crocheting actually back in November 2023. My boyfriend and I, we are big ravers. We love going to festivals. We love electronic music and things like that. So what we wanted to do in November 2023 was go to Electric Daisy Carnival, the festival in Orlando, or better known as EDCO. We wanted to go to EDCO, but we weren't able to go just because, the tickets are a little expensive. Yes, we live in Florida, but, the travel and the accommodations and tickets, gets expensive. And we did want to go to EDC Las Vegas. So we were like, which one's better? Which one's better? Obviously EDC Las Vegas, but that's my own biased opinion. You can have your own. We weren't able to actually go to the festival, but that was perfectly okay because we decided to do an alternative. We decided to actually host the festival ourselves and kind of revamp it into our own thing in our own apartment, and we called it ADC. So Andres David Carnival. Corny, I know. So when we were planning the little mini festival we were going to do in our house, we were thinking about little activities that we could do. And one of those little activities was buying a little crochet project, like the Woobles kit that you see online, very popular, that everyone's always buying to kind of get started into crocheting. That's what we bought. So we decided to get that kit just because it shows that it was very beginner friendly. It said that, if you're looking to learn how to do crochet, this is the perfect starter kit. It brings the yarn, it brings needle, it brings everything that you need to begin crocheting. So when the festival weekend came around and it was time for us to do one of the activities, I kind of wanted immediately to go into the crochet thing because I had been eyeing to do crochet for such a long time. I was like, this is the great time. This is a perfect time to start and actually learn how to do crochet. Maybe it's easy. Maybe I catch on quickly.
Boy, was I wrong.
That ish is not easy, especially when you're a starter. For some reason, I think that I could just grab something, get shown a video, and immediately grasp it, and I could do it right then and there. No, I was proven severely wrong. It was so difficult. I remember we put a video on the TV to try to follow it along to see if it would work out just by visually looking at it, and then kind of, it's right in front of us so we could compare to see if we're doing it the right way.
Yeah. It's not as easy as they make it seem in the reviews.
So that was one of the first times that we tried to do crochet. David was not having it. He saw how difficult it was. He was like, honey, this is your creative space. Enjoy. He was like, I'm rooting for you. I know you can do it. I was a little discouraged because of how difficult it was when I first did it that time, and I was a little nervous to try to keep going because I was like, damn, maybe this is not for me. I felt so incompetent for some reason when I was trying to learn the crochet stuff that weekend. I was like, why am I not getting this? I'm so used to grasping concepts quickly. So that led me to letting it go for about 3-4 months before I actually picked it up again. When I picked it up again, I decided to go hard or go home, apparently, because I wanted to do a dog sweater as my first task. I said, forget the basics. I don't want to learn the basics. I'm going to go straight into it. I'm going to learn it the hard way. I know I am. And boy, that was a big mistake too, so I do still have that first dog sweater that I made. This is the backside, and then this is the underbelly part, and you could tell down the middle, it's completely messed up, but you could tell with the underbelly, the hole right here. Yeah, because I was so annoyed with weaving ends in. I felt like that was such a tedious task. I still find that task incredibly tedious, honestly. But it's not bad. For a starter sweater, honestly, it's not horrible. So now I'm going to compare it to the other one that I've made for her. I made this one a little more recently. Also did not weave the ends in, as you could tell. But you see, it's a lot more cohesive, I think. And I think the underbelly part came out a lot nicer. So not horrible. After the dog sweater escapade, I was like, you know what? I think if I learn the basics, it's going to be a lot better for me. So I kind of just dabbled into TikTok and YouTube a lot to try to learn all about the basics, like the single, double, treble crochet, and learning how to do the magic circle, which was a nightmare to learn. Like, if you're a beginner crochet, you know that magic circle is not an easy feat, but once you master it, you feel like a boss when you get it. So to learn the basics, I straight up just did granny squares. I didn't do the traditional granny squares. I kind of just went up in rows, like up and down all the way, doing the same stitch just to kind of get the practice and the hang of it. So this is my single crochet granny square. It's really like tightly knit. Honestly, it's really cute. I call them like little pot holders because, you know, like you could put it on the countertop and put your pots on it. I'm not fully certain what yarn I used for this one because I didn't keep the label on this one, but I'm pretty sure it was for sure acrylic. Just from the way that I feel it, I could already tell it's acrylic. Then this is my double crochet granny square. You know it's double because it has like the two knots on it right here like that. And then this is my treble crochet granny square. This one's really cute just because of the pattern that it created. On the other side, you can kind of see it better. If you are a beginner crocheter, I really do recommend you doing the basics first. Don't go like me, going hard or going home to do a big project from the beginning because it's just going to discourage you. Because definitely when I finished the first dog sweater, I saw how choppy it was. I felt a little discouraged, but I dedicated myself. There's times where I feel like whenever I feel discouraged because I'm not doing something well from the jump, it kind of motivates me to really dedicate myself and put it my full force potential into that project because I know that I'm capable of doing it. It's just going to take practice. It's going to take patience. After I started feeling a little more comfortable doing the regular stitches, that's when I started viewing more tutorials on how to do actual projects. The first project I decided to do was a shawl. The shawl was super simple to make, honestly. It's just a triangular granny square the whole way around. It's super fun to make, and I did it probably, I want to say, in like 3 days tops. So for the shawl, the yarn that I used Sweet Snuggles Light by Loops and Threads, and I got that one at Michael's. For the shawl, I used a 5mm hook. So my 5mm hook that I use is by Boy.
Wow.
This is the only Boy brand hook that I have currently at the moment because all of my other hooks, they are all also loops and thread. I got all of these also from Michael's, and they all are supposed to be like that ergonomic hold. And honestly, I really do feel like it is that ergonomic hold, especially when I'm doing a project for a couple hours. I don't feel that horrible strain in my hand, and I don't feel like that carpal tunnel is coming through very quickly. So I definitely recommend, in terms of hooks, if you are looking for nice hooks, I think Loops and Thread and Boy are really good brands, and the ergonomic hold is very important because your hands will definitely be cramping after a few hours of crocheting. These puppies are my lifesavers. Another crochet must-have that I found out about not too long ago is a crochet ring. These things are real lifesavers, honestly. So these are known as tension rings. So basically what that means is that you're putting the yarn through the little hook right here, and it's just going to be a continuous same tension pull from your actual skein. So it's literally a cohesive project from start to finish. I recently did a dog sweater for one of my mom's dogs, and this sweater, I did it strictly with this crochet ring only. And the project just came out so perfectly seamless. It was the first dog sweater that I made that I was so proud of, and I was like, oh my god, this is beautiful. Like, such perfect cohesion from every single stitch, every single row. I was so shocked. So having a crochet tension ring like this one is a must. I also did another triangular shawl for my best friend Tina. This one I used Karen Chunky Cakes in rainbow jelly color, and that one I also used a crochet hook of 8mm. The next piece I'm showing you guys is this one that I'm wearing right now. So this I was originally trying to make a sweater vest for my boyfriend. I'm not even sure what I was trying to do here, honestly. So with this project, I used the Red Heart yarn all-in-one granny square in the color Citrus Twist. They lead you to believe that you can use just that same skein the entire time to make every single granny square, and every single one is going to come out in the same pattern. False. 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 At heart, you are a liar. Because if you think that this is the same granny square pattern all throughout in each square, listen, I have nothing against Red Heart. I've used Red Heart plenty of times. I have Red Heart right now in my stash that I like to use for any type of quick little project or little practice projects that I want to do. It's great for practice. To actually make something with this, I do not recommend. So I do want to show you guys the purse a little more, just because I have really liked dabbling into making purses. I really enjoy how quick they are. This one I made it also with that same Red Heart all-in-one granny square Citrus Twist color skein, and obviously we could tell that it's all a bunch of different granny squares. But honestly, I'm so obsessed with this. Like, you cannot tell me anything.
Like, okay, bye girls, bye.
Or in Bob the Drag Queen's famous words, purse first. Another little purse that I made is this one. This is the tiniest, cutest little thing ever. That little sign right here, not sign, like this little tag, my best friend gave them to me as a gift for my birthday. She got them from Amazon. I could definitely probably link it in the description if you're interested. For that little purse, I used Karen Cakes. This is probably one of, if not my favorite type of yarn ever. It's so easy to work with. It's 80% acrylic, 20% wool. It's still kind of hot. Like, you can't make a wearable if you live in like a hot temperate climate. Obviously, you can tell you can still make cute little mini purses like this one. The last two outfits that I have here for you guys today is two EDC Las Vegas outfits that I made, one for myself and one for my boyfriend. The first one is this tank top slash short shorts combo that I made for myself. So I did make this out of all granny squares, following a pattern of a daisy granny square. I will link the video that I followed for the pattern in the description box below if you're interested. The yarn that I used is a Karen 1 pound medium 100% acrylic, and the colors that I used were white, grass green, and sunflower. The hook size that I used is a 5mm, and this project took me, I want to say, about 2 months to complete totally, just because I did take breaks in between. Plus, I also made a little mini purse and bucket hat. With the purse and the bucket hat, I used all three of the colors together at the same time. So I was crocheting the pattern with 3 skeins at the same time. I used a 5mm hook for the bucket hat and the purse, which gave it a much more tighter look, but I think it looks so adorable. And the last project that I have here for you guys is the cardigan that I made for my boyfriend for EDC Las Vegas. The yarn that I used for this one is the Lily Sugar and Cream 100% cotton. It's a medium worsted yarn. The colors that I used are hot green, hot pink, yellow, and black. And the hook size that I used was the 4.5mm. The pattern that I used for this one was just a simple hexagon cardigan pattern that I also found on YouTube. I'll link the video with the pattern that I followed on the description box below. And this project did take me about also 2 months to get completed. I think what takes me the longest sometimes is weaving in the ends. As we all know, as I previously mentioned, I hate weaving ends in. So there you have it, guys. That is how I got into crocheting. And those are just a couple of the current projects that I have done or still working on, in a sense, kind of, because I have been trying to make some tweaks to the actual EDC Las Vegas outfits that I've made for me and my boyfriend. Just weaving ends in, or maybe adding a little thing here and there and things like that. Nothing crazy. I hope that some of the tips and tricks that I provided you were helpful in the event that you are looking to start crocheting or have already started crocheting and trying to find some types of tips and tricks. My biggest advice: learn the basics, get rubber ergonomic hooks, and use a crochet tension ring. If you like this video, or if you like the projects that I made, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you know when my next video is posted. If you like any of my projects, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you like about it, maybe what you don't like about it. I love constructive criticism. That is the only way that I'm only going to get better. And I will see you in the next one. Let's get hooked.